Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hey, let's get started here today. We are going to talk about this 4% withdrawal rate. It was a great study. I'm not discounting the study at all. I'm just saying that's a great general way to look at it. But what about for you? Everybody's a little bit different. We all have different things going on. And I maintain that your withdrawal rate is actually not fixed. I'm going to show you an example of that we just did for clients in our Wine and Wealth class, which is done right here in the Speakeasy. We call it Wine and Wealth because we just grab a glass of wine, hang out, and try to teach something really detailed. So I want to share part of that here with you today because I think it's really important. And to do that, I'm going to use our favorite, Mr. and Mrs. Louis Armstrong here, to kind of show an example. Now, if you're not familiar with Nest Egg, a financial planning software that we use here at Jazz Wealth, and we're modeling the current plan, meaning what we hope happens, versus, hey, what could happen? What could we propose to fit into our current plan? So I'll give you a brief overview of who they are. Louis wants to retire at 59. He's currently 55. Same for Lucille. She wants to retire a year later at 60. They like to spend $3,500 a month in retirement. His salary is currently $80,000. Hers is $65,000. They got a little bit of savings going on, 6% in their 401k, 5% in hers, putting a little money in a Roth, both of them actually. And they've got an HSA putting some money in there. Before retirement here, they have expenses that are a little higher than what they expect to put expect to have in retirement. So 45 versus 35. All right, so when we take a look at this here, they're on the bubble. Their current plan is 76% is the probability that we give it of success. They'll end their life with about $443,000. This is what what the simulation looks like. So all the different Monte Carlo simulations that are run, best case scenario, worst case scenario. So there's a chance they run out of money here in their 70s. But the focus is on how do we spend that money. Now what we did is we actually went over first and we said, let's talk about how you take your money out when you retire. So what we're doing here is we're saying start by taking money from any taxable money that you have, taxable brokerage accounts, individual brokerage accounts, joint brokerage accounts, savings accounts, money markets, cash, liquid cash that you have available. Then from there, spread it as evenly as possible over pre and post-tax accounts. I just showed you the 401ks and the Roth IRAs. Now we're going to lean towards the pre-tax accounts, but basically we're going to take it evenly. So by just simply withdrawing their money to meet their $3,500 a month in income, over their lifespan they'll end up with $80,751 more dollars than the way it currently stands. The details of that, or if you want to just kind of see, they're going to both retire here at 59 and 60. They need a little bit of money to fulfill the last year while Lucille's still working, but Louis is officially retired. So they need the $24,000. They need $24,000 plus about $6,000. Let's just call it $30,000. So we're taking from the taxable account, the cash money that we have. We don't touch the pre-tax because Louis is 59, not 59 and a half at the time that he retires. Small little nuance in there. But anyways, you could see that they're going to take from taxable first, then whatever remaining money that they need is going to be taken from pre-tax, tax deferred, or tax-free. And so by just doing that, saying take some dollars here, some dollars there, we're going to end up with more money. It makes the probabilities a little bit better as well. So that makes them end up with about 557. Now they have an 82% chance of success, right? So now we want to look at those dollars, right? So the reason they end up with more money is because they're paying less taxes. We've essentially, by doing that withdrawal strategy, we've essentially said we don't want to pay the taxes now. We're going to do it in a way where the taxes start to kick in later in life, and we may not be around to even pay those taxes. So that's why it ends up that they pay less taxes. Now, here we go. Let's talk about their income. This is what we shared in our class over here that I want to share with you. There's a couple different color codes on here. I'm going to share them with you real quick. The teal color is Lucille's last year of income. Remember, she retires at 60, so next year, Louis is the only one retired. So they had to take a little bit of money out of their savings taxable accounts, which I showed on that previous screen. Now, when they turn 60, 61, 62, 63, and basically 64, they haven't taken Social Security yet. We could model that. We could take a look at some scenarios there. But the purple is Social Security. The orange is withdrawals from actual savings that they have. That's it. Those are all the colors there. So because of this, in their whole retirement, 52.7% of their retirement income is stable. It's Social Security. The rest of it can fluctuate overall. But check this out. We know we have to take more money here because we're not taking Social Security just yet. We're going to get it. It's fine. You're all going to get it. It's fine. But we don't have any source of income here. So if we look at their withdrawal rate, all of a sudden it's not fixed. It's not fixed because it's more advantageous for them to take from taxable than pre-tax and post-tax, right? We've already found that that gives them an advantage. So why would we stick with 4%? Even though these guys have just over $1 million and will have more by the time they retire, why would we say, oh, let's live off 4%? Doesn't make any sense at all. We're going to pay more taxes by doing that. It's going to be less efficient for them. So here we go. Withdrawal rate in the first year is 2.8%. That's because Lucille's still working. They don't need a lot of money. When they both retire, 8.2%. The next year, 8.9, 12.9, 14%, and we peak out at 14.1%. That's pretty crazy, right? That ain't anywhere near 4%. Now think about what that means. If our withdrawal rate is going to be higher for some period of time, and we accept that because we know we're going to end up with more money, we're going to pay less taxes, and yada, yada. We've worked it out to be as efficiently for you. Well, if we know that for 6, 7 years their withdrawal rate's going to be higher, what do you think we should do with that money? Do you think we should bet that money on Bitcoin? Should we just go put it in gold? Should we do something really silly like money markets that are paying nothing? Maybe a little bit of a mix in there. We can have some growth, but we can't have all of that money at a high level of risk because this is really important. If we don't have the money for this higher withdrawal rate, we can't make it here where we end up getting help from Social Security. Notice the withdrawal rate goes down to 2.3, 2.5, and so on and so on. Very, very low. So in one case, our withdrawal rate is astronomical. In the other case, later in life, it's below the 4%. All right, maybe it averages out, but they don't talk about averages in that Trinity rule, right? They say it's 4%. You can just live off the interest, have $1 million, you'll be great. Well, you could, but is that the most efficient for you? Will you pay the least amount of taxes? Will you be the safest you can be with your actual investments? Will you have enough money to leave to heirs or whatever you feel passionate about? Could you have left them post-tax dollars and maybe they don't have to pay tax? Are you willing to pay the tax or should they pay the tax? See how there's a lot of things in there that, well, it sounds a little confusing, but the whole point is don't worry about just the 4%. Take that as, okay, that's an idea. That gets me thinking. But for me, I have 4 rental properties or I have collectible cars or whatever it is. How does it apply to me with my goals, what I want and what I want to leave to the future if you want to leave them anything? You don't have to leave anybody anything, but people like to do that. So anyways, just wanted to show you the 4% withdrawal rate is most certainly not going to be fixed for you in retirement. And we worked that out for every one of our clients here. I will use that as my sales pitch. And hey, I'll welcome you back at 5 o'clock here today. We're doing the closing beat. If you like this geeky type data stuff, we do a live show about the stock market, only show the geeky data for the day, what happened in the stock market, to go over things like that. So I hope you'll join us there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe, helps me out, right? Thank you. Appreciate that. And yeah, we'll see you later.